Luis Ernesto Aparicio Montiel, nicknamed Little Louie, is a former Venezuelan professional baseball player. Aparicio was one of the most dominant shortstops of Major League Baseball in his era. He played for the Chicago White Sox, Baltimore Orioles, and Boston Red Sox, from 1956 through 1973. Aparicio won the 1956 American League Rookie of the Year award. He helped lead the Chicago White Sox to the 1959 American League Pennant championship, and was the AL Most Valuable Player runner-up. He was an AL All-Star for 10 seasons, an AL Stolen Base leader for 9 consecutive seasons, and an AL Gold Glove winner for 9 seasons. Baseball legend Ted Williams called Aparicio the best shortstop he had ever seen. Aparicio was the first Venezuelan inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 1984, and he was nominated for the Major League Baseball All-Century Team in 1999. Early life: born in Maracaibo, Zulia State, Venezuela, Aparicio came from a baseball family. His father, Luis Aparicio, Sr., was a notable shortstop in Venezuela and owned a winter league team with Aparicio's uncle, Ernesto Aparicio. At the age of 19, Aparicio was selected as a member of the Venezuelan team in the 1953 Amateur World Series held in Caracas. He signed to play for the local professional team in Maracaibo alongside his father in 1953. In a symbolic gesture during the team's 1953 home opener, his father led off as the first hitter of the game, then after taking the first pitch, had Aparicio Jr. take his place at bat. Major League career Chicago White Sox The Cleveland Indians had been negotiating to sign Aparicio, but Indians general manager Hank Greenberg expressed the opinion that he was too small to play in the major leagues. Chicago White Sox general manager Frank Lane, on the recommendation of fellow Venezuelan shortstop Chico Carrasco, then signed Aparicio for $5,000 down and $5,000 in first-year salary. After only 2 years in the minor leagues, he made his major league debut in 1956, replacing Carrasco as the White Sox shortstop. Aparicio would lead the American League in stolen bases, assists, and putouts, and won both the Rookie of the Year and the Sporting News Rookie of the Year awards. He was the first Latin American player to win the Rookie of the Year award. Aparicio quickly became an integral member of the Chicago White Sox teams of the mid-1950s, who were known for their speed and strong defense. Over the next decade, Aparicio set the standard for the spray hitting, slick fielding, speedy shortstop. He combined with second baseman Nellie Fox to become one of the best double-play combinations in Major League Baseball. Aparicio once again led the American League in stolen bases and assists in 1957 as the White Sox would hold first place until late June before finishing the season in second place behind the New York Yankees. In 1958, Aparicio earned recognition as one of the top shortstops in Major League Baseball when he was selected to be the starting shortstop for the American League in the 1958 All-Star Game. The White Sox would once again finish the season in second place behind the Yankees, after being in last place on June 14. Aparicio again led the league in stolen bases, assists and putouts, and would win his first Gold Glove award. Aparicio was the team leader when the Chicago White Sox won the American League Pennant in 1959, finishing the regular season 5 games ahead of the Cleveland Indians. Aparicio finished the runner-up to teammate Nellie Fox in the American League Most Valuable Player award balloting. He was selected as a starting All-Star for the second time and also won a second Gold Glove award. He posted a .308 batting average in the 1959 World Series as the White Sox were defeated by the Los Angeles Dodgers in a 6-game series. When Aparicio stole 50 bases in his first 61 attempts in 1959, the term Aparicio double was coined to represent a walk and a stolen base. In 1960 and 1961, Aparicio continued to be one of the top shortstops in the American League, finishing at or near the top in fielding percentage and assists. In 1962, he showed up overweight and had an off year and the White Sox offered him a reduction in salary for the 1963 season. An enraged Aparicio said that he would quit rather than accept a decrease in pay and demanded to be traded. The White Sox eventually traded him to the Baltimore Orioles with Al Smith for Hoyt Wilhelm, Ron Hansen, Dave Nicholson and Pete Ward in January 1963. Baltimore Orioles Aparicio regained his form in Baltimore and continued to lead the league in stolen bases and in fielding percentage, producing a career-high .983 fielding percentage in 1963. Together with Brooks Robinson and Jerry Adair, he was part of one of the best defensive infields in baseball. In 1964, he would lead the league in stolen bases for a ninth consecutive year and win his sixth Gold Glove award. Aparicio posted a .278 batting average with 178 hits in 1966, second most hits in the league behind Tony Oliva, and won a seventh Gold Glove award as the Orioles clinched their first American League pennant. He finished ninth in the American League Most Valuable Player award balloting and helped the Orioles sweep the Los Angeles Dodgers in the 1966 World Series. Chicago White Sox Aparicio returned to the White Sox for the 1968 season after being traded for Don Bifford. He continued to play well defensively, leading the league in range factor in 1968 and 1969. Aparicio had his best overall offensive season in 1970, scoring 86 runs and finishing fourth in the American League batting race with a career-high .313 average. In addition, he earned his eighth All-Star berth that year, as well as his ninth Gold Glove. Despite the White Sox finishing in last place, Aparicio finished 12th in the 1970 American League Most Valuable Player award balloting. In December 1970, after 3 seasons with the White Sox, he was traded to the Boston Red Sox for Luis Alvarado and Mike Andrews. Boston Red Sox In 1971, Aparicio was one at-bat from tying the longest major league hitless streak for non-pitchers held by Bill Bergens with 45, set in 1909 with Brooklyn Superbuzz, by going without a hit in 44 at-bats. Aparicio then hit a grand slam home run against the Indians in Cleveland and then led off a night game at Fenway with another home run. He hit for a career-low .232 batting average that year. In 1972, Aparicio made a late-season base-running blunder that contributed to the Red Sox losing the 1972 American League Eastern Division title by half a game to the Detroit Tigers. In his last year as an active player in 1973, Aparicio would hit for a .271 average and steal his 500th base, against the New York Yankees, on July 5. He retired at the end of the season at the age of 39. Career statistics: Aparicio played for 18 Major League seasons and 2,599 games, accumulating 2,677 hits in 10,230 at-bats for a .262 career batting average along with 394 doubles, 83 home runs, 791 runs batted in, 1,335 runs and 506 stolen bases. He ended his career with a .972 fielding percentage. Aparicio led American League shortstops 8 times in fielding percentage, 7 times in assists, and 4 times in range factor and putouts. He led the American League in stolen bases in 9 consecutive seasons and won the Gold Glove Award 9 times. Aparicio was also a 10-time All-Star. He was named to 13 out of 14 All-Star games, and was the starting shortstop in 6 All-Star games and played in 10 games. At the time of his retirement, Aparicio was the all-time leader for most games played, assists and double plays by a shortstop and the all-time leader for putouts and total chances by an American League shortstop. His 9 Gold Glove awards set an American League record for shortstops, that was tied by Omar Vizsla in 2001. He tied the record of most seasons leading the league in fielding average by shortstops with 8, previously set by Everett Scott and Lou Boudreau. His 2,583 games played at shortstop stood as the major league record for the position from his retirement in 1973 until May 2008 when it was surpassed by Omar Vizsla. His 2,677 hits was also the major league record for players from Venezuela, until it was surpassed by Omar Vizsla on June 25, 2009. His 2,673 hits as a shortstop was a record until Derek Jeter broke it on August 17, 2009. He had 13 consecutive seasons with enough plate appearances to qualify for the batting title and an on-base percentage less than .325, a major league record. A more impressive streak was his 16 straight seasons with more than 500 plate appearances, tied for fifth best in Major League history. Aparicio never played any defensive position other than shortstop. American League leader in singles, American League leader in sacrifice hits, American League leader in stolen bases, American League leader in putouts as shortstop, American League leader in fielding average as shortstop. Awards and honors. Aparicio was inducted to the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 1984, the first native of Venezuela to be honored. The Chicago White Sox retired Aparicio's uniform number 11 in 1984. In 2010, the White Sox gave number 11 to shortstop Omar Vizsla, with Aparicio's permission. Vizsla said that wearing the number would preserve the name of a great Venezuelan shortstop. Aparicio commented, "If there is one player who I would like to see wear my uniform number with the White Sox, it is Omar Vizsla. I have known Omar for a long time. Along with being an outstanding player, he is a good and decent man." In 1981, Lawrence Ritter and Donald Hoenig included Aparicio in their book The 100 Greatest Baseball Players of All Time. In 1999, The Sporting News did not include him on their list of the Sporting News list of baseball's 100 greatest players, but Major League Baseball did list him as one of their 100 nominees for their All-Century team. In 2003, Aparicio was inducted into the Venezuelan Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum. In 2005, he was given the honor of throwing out the ceremonial first pitch at Game 1 of the 2005 World Series, the first World Series game to be played in Chicago by the Chicago White Sox since the 1959 World Series, when Aparicio had been the starting shortstop for the White Sox. In 2004, the first annual Luis Aparicio Award was presented to the Venezuelan player who recorded the best individual performance in Major League Baseball, as voted on by sports journalists in Venezuela. In 2006, two bronze statues, one depicting Aparicio, the other depicting former White Sox second baseman Nellie Fox, were unveiled on the outfield concourse of U.S. Cellular Field in Chicago. Fox's statue shows him flipping a baseball toward Aparicio, while Aparicio's statue shows him preparing to receive the ball from Fox. In 2007, Aparicio was inducted into the Hispanic Heritage Baseball Museum Hall of Fame. There is a stadium in Maracaibo, Venezuela, bearing his father's name. The full name of the stadium is Estadio Luis Aparicio El Grande in honor to Luis Aparicio Ortega. Also, the sports complex where the stadium is located is named Polideportivo Luis Aparicio Montiel. There are also several streets and avenues bearing his name throughout Venezuela. See also: Notes. References. External links, career statistics and player information from Baseball Reference, or Fangraphs, or the Baseball Cube, or Baseball Reference. Luis Aparicio at the Baseball Hall of Fame, Luis Aparicio at the SABR Bio Project, by Lenti Landino, retrieved February 4, 2012. Happy Little Louis, Sports Illustrated, May 9, 1960. Louie is Squeak and Head 2, Baseball Digest, August 1964. Baseball's Most Durable Shortstop, Luis Aparicio, Baseball Digest, July 1970. The Game I'll Never Forget, Baseball Digest, September 1972. Venezuelan Professional Baseball League Statistics.